All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our Thursday night presentation. It's the last Thursday of the month. Can you believe that? Time is flying aplenty. And I'm here tonight. My name's Leroy. I'm going to be sharing some information with you. We also have Simone in the house. So between us, we'll be diving into what this product and this company is all about. My friends, my journey started with this company literally last month, February. I cannot believe it. It feels like I've been involved with this platform, this company, for a long time. And it's only been since last month. And it says here, an opportunity of a lifetime has arrived. I truly believe it's a product of a lifetime that has arrived. You know, I've been in this space of, I would say wellness. I've come across wellness products. I'm primarily these days involved in, digital assets and things of that nature. But what really stopped me in my tracks when my friend shared this with me was the testimonials I kept hearing about from this product, from this company. And I said to myself, and I'm miles away from the action, right? I said, if this is half as true as what they're telling me, A, I need to be on this product because I need it for myself. And secondly, there's going to be countless people, untold amount of people I want to share this with, because I know so many people around me, and unfortunately may be the case for you, that aren't in the best of health. Okay. And so with that said, my journey started. And so I'm going to take you on a journey of this next hour about what this is all about, where this company is coming from, and how so many people are benefiting from it. And today we're going to hear some testimonials from other people so you can make your own decision and do your own due diligence about what we have here today. So we're talking about a modern day lifestyle, my friends. We do know that the foods that we are eating is making us sick. And there's a lot of disease. I mean, it wasn't so paramount growing up. We wasn't even thinking about so much of that until, unfortunately, my cousin passed away from cancer about 30 years ago. And then I started to take a real strong look at things that could help in that manner. And it was something that she was young, she traveled, lived a really good life, but her life was cut short. And so that really kind of took me on a bit of a wellness journey to find out, wow, was there anything that could be preventative? And then I got to find out many things could have made a difference. And so with that said, we know, 21st century living, Western world diet, with the foods that we are exposed to and that are convenient, are all around the place, and so, having some of this stuff may or may not make a massive difference if you're having it every now and then. But if this becomes a staple, it does become a problem to your health over time. And so even with the best will, you may go out and you want to get the best organics and you go and do that with great. And unfortunately, a lot of the foods are sprayed to death. And I'm going to just mute the lines. Guys, mute the lines as you come on. And, they're sprayed to death. So by the time we actually even get the product to our household, it's full of pesticides and, it needs to be cleaned and washed and everything else, right? So there's so many things you got to take really care of in today's living, okay? So we're going to talk about that in itself. Now, my friends, I'm just going to stop the slide for a minute. Okay, because I want to just bring up something. I want to bring up on my screen. I want to show you something, because somebody asked a question in our group about, is this water that we're going to be talking about tonight, magnetized water, is it good for you? Is it safe? Can children have it? Okay, and a day before that, it's a really good question. A day before that, I came across something that somebody posted on their status, and I'm like, I want that image, and I had it and I've misplaced it, but I want to share with you that the first slide that I showed you right just now spoke about the fast foods, the chips and all that kind of stuff, right? And I want to show you one of the things that I didn't know. I did know that sugar is a real big danger. I mean, it should come with a warning on the sodas and stuff, right? But this is, like I said, it's paramount. It's everywhere. You go to these fast food chains, and I went to one yesterday, and they gave me the biggest cup I can put my drink in. And I did have some fizzy, I must say. I caved in. But what I checked and I looked at the numbers and I was like, my God, this is incredible. We're talking about the amount of sugar that is in our drinks. So we're talking about, can we help ourselves? Yes, absolutely. We can decide not to go for that, that fast food, or just go for that, that big tub that they give you. I call it a tub because it's so big when you put your drinks in. All right. And I want to show you this image if it will let me. And if it's not, I'll come back to it, because I was like, wow, I didn't realize so much sugar was in these drinks. Okay. So again, just mute your lines as you come on. Thanks very much. And I want to show you that. In fact, if it doesn't come on, I'm just going to come back to it in a minute, because it was really something I wanted to share with you guys. And so I'll just switch back to the slides. I'll come back to that in a minute. So we're going to talk about this gentleman who, almost 100 years ago, right? He came across, and this is part of his Nobel Prize award, almost 100 years ago. He spoke about the two things that are or major problem, and this is almost 100 years ago, the primary cause and prevention of cancer. So he was talking about acidosis, which is acidity of the blood, and hypoxia, which is lack of oxygen. All right. And these are going to be paramount, my friends. As I go through the presentation tonight, these are going to be paramount to what I'm sharing with you. So in his work, he spoke about the metabolism of tumors. Otto Heinrich Warburg demonstrated that all forms of cancer, did he say some? No, he said all forms of cancer develop due to two basic conditions. Those two basic conditions, my friends, we're going to be diving into today. So cancerous tissues are acidic tissues, healthy ones are alkaline tissues. I want to use this as our benchmark of our premise of where we can build good health from. Okay, so we want to tackle the acidity, the foods that I just showed you on the previous slide. It's full of acid. Okay, we want to reduce the amount of acidity that's in us and in our bodies, right? So let's go from there. Excuse me. So this is a beautiful image. Yeah, beautiful. All the colors of the rainbow they said we should be having on our plates. And with all the best will in the world, as I mentioned, in our busy lifestyle, especially my busy lifestyle, that is not always possible to do, but it's great if you can. And it's all about having that balance, my friends. It's all about having balance in your bodies, because you want your body to be able to work for you, not work against you. Okay, you want it so that you see the image on the left, your cells, you want your cells to be healthy. And unfortunately, we can't see what's going on in our cells day to day. We only see the after effect, which is the image on the right. When that happens, and our cells, because of free radicals, and if you don't know what free radicals is, it's basically an isolated oxygen atom. Too much of that running around in your body, it becomes harmful. So again, growing up, the slogan was, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? I think it's going to be a lot more apples today to have the same effect that growing up in the 70s had on my body, all right? And so, again, there's some research there that was done back in 1954. And you can go on the website there, look longer than these researches go back further than most of us were alive, right? So we're talking about a lot of information. Do you believe, my friends, quick question, pop quiz, do you believe that we have more challenges with our health in 2026 than people had back in 1930 or 1954? I beg to say that we have way more challenges with toxins, with free radicals, with this diet that I shared with you on the previous slide. Okay, I believe that is a major issue on our health. Okay, nobody asked any of the question. We'll come back to you later on your knowledge. So guys, free radicals, we're gonna again talk, show you more than you can see. As I say, a picture paints 1,000 words, or says 1,000 words. So this is the negative effect, and I'm sure none of you would voluntarily want to do this to your body. You wouldn't want to say, okay, if you knew by doing what you're necessarily doing, it's going to cause that effect on your body. You'll say, no way, I'm not going to do anything that's going to cause that. But again, a lot of the things that that are there, maybe even labeled healthy, aren't as healthy as we hoped they would be. And so we want our skin to be, full of life. We don't want to be having this premature aging going on when we're only a certain age. I won't give my age, but I'm off age, and as I've got older, I'm like, yeah, I want to make sure I sustain myself, right? I don't want to go older before my time. I'm not sure anybody does. So, question: how can we reduce acidity and free radicals in our body? Okay, we're going to understand this chemical reaction that takes place in magnetized water. Okay, so there's a reaction, excuse me, when you have, and this is something that I'm going to break this down, share a bit more information. So if you don't fully get it, don't worry about it. But there's a chemical reaction of water when it's super magnetized, and it's known as water hydrolysis. Okay, so H2O disassociates into OH minus and H plus. So you've got hydroxide ions and hydrogen ions. Hopefully this will make it even more clearer. So you see this, as I mentioned, the H2O disassociates into OH minus and H plus, leaving clusters of hydrogen ions. We've got a product, my friend, and if you can't see it, we're going to be talking about it. It's in my water bottle. You might not be able to see it because of my background, but inside of my water bottle, there's something that is helping break down the molecules in the water. Okay, so minerals found in water react with the hydrogen ions. Okay, so we've got magnetized water added with magnesium and calcium, and what it does, it reduces the body's acidity. The two things I was talking about at the start of our presentation here is that the amount of acidity that's going on in our bodies and the amount of free radicals. Check this out. So you have this amazing interaction that takes place. So the objective here, my friends, is when you drink water, the hydrogen ions react with the excess free radicals in your body, forming water. I mean, this is a game changer, right? So you've got this major problem that's out there, and with every major problem out there, there's a solution. Okay, I believe we've come across one of the best solutions to get for me to put my hands on. This is what we are here talking about today. So if you do not know, your body is made up over 70% of water. So if that's the case, why is it that people aren't drinking enough water? Like me, right? Before I came into this product and to this company, drinking my recommended amount of water per day was a major challenge, my friends. Okay, I wasn't drinking enough, though I knew I should. Now, knowing I should and not doing it is no better than somebody who doesn't know, right? So I was that guy who was like, yeah, I know I should be drinking more water. I can feel the effects of my body. My body's showing me that I'm not drinking enough water, but yet I was struggling to drink water. That was up until last month. Everything changed for me last month. I became a water evangelist after last month because I got introduced to this company and this magnetized water, which really changed the game for me, my friends. Okay, if your body is lacking something, it's going to try and find it. People have headaches. A lot of the time they reach for what? The pharmaceutical industry makes enough money off us because a lot of times we just do not know. A lot of time and I think sometimes about this. People, they're born, they die, however long they live. So many people have no idea how to look after themselves. Our bodies don't come with a manual. So, we spend a lot of time doing other things, spending money elsewhere. And the thing that we want to cherish and look after, it's the case, right? You get something for free, given to you. You don't put maybe a price on it. But something you spend money on, you absolutely going to make sure you put the price on it. So if your body is lacking water, and this is, something that was the case for me, not just the water, good quality water, that makes a huge difference. Okay, it makes a massive difference. So this doctor out from Brazil, Dr. Leia Ribeiro. He said this: water determines disease. Water determines health. Appropriate, adequate water restores health. Ionized water hydrates, alkalizes, antioxidizes, and detoxifies. Water can be used as medicine. Say what? Medicine? Yes, absolutely. Water can be used as medicine. So, this always brings me on to this book that I came across decades ago, Your Body's Many Cries for Water. And this doctor, again, same thing. He actually went into prisons treating his patients, you can call prisoners, with water. Okay, all sorts of conditions they had, and he treated them with water, and that blew me away. I remember reading that book, and I was like, wow, that is amazing. All of these different health challenges, you know, like I said, you know, a lot of times our bodies, our organs, our brain needs water. We're not getting it. Guess what? We're gonna get headaches. We're gonna start. Sometimes you feel like you're hungry. Guess what? Your body's just dehydrated. Okay, and so we talk about the difference between hydration and not being hydrated. Okay, so like I said, not all water that you're drinking does the job, doesn't do what it says on the tin, and you're spending good money, and you're just like the middle person. You're drinking it and you're getting rid of it, but it's not having an effect on the body. Now, that was me for so many years of my life. Like I said, I had a friend share with me a company from afar. I had not a chance to try it myself. But I became so excited about what I saw, because I knew if this could help me drink more water, that's going to be a really good thing. And secondly, if it's going to help me with some pains that I've got, oh my gosh, game over. Right? So this what happens when water hydrates. Don't think I knew this stuff or even was that interested until this happened for me. And now I'm just so fascinated. So let's have a look at this. If you had this going on inside of you, and you knew that, if you knew the drinks, the foods, the acidity building up in your body is causing your cells to be swimming in pollution. That's no other word for it. You wouldn't do that. Like I said, voluntarily, you wouldn't say, yes, sign me up for that. Absolutely not. You would want to be like the one on the left. Now, the one on the left's a beautiful, you know, let's say you've got your nice fish tank, right? You've got your oxygen. It's oxygen, what we spoke about, having oxygen in your cells, right? Oxygen, you can see the bubbles at the top. There's life in them, as opposed to what's happening on the right. And like I said, my friends, a lot of times, not because we voluntarily want to do this to ourselves, but by default, sometimes the ease of getting something, going to getting that regular type of lifestyle, and it's causing a major problem in 21st century living. Now, let's just have a look. If you had this option to be always by a waterfall, beautiful, you know, beautiful fresh water dropping down, it just makes you want to just be there. You know, I just literally, last week I was in Niagara Falls, beautiful, like it's just amazing. Just love being there. And you can see it's like vibrant. I was, you know, obviously a good distance away from it, but you can feel the power of it. And you can see that fresh water. If you could imagine having that fresh water in your household, you know, just fresh, that you're taking, not the one that you're buying from the supermarket, the one I'm buying, I have to dust off the bottles, right? Because there's so much dust on it. I buy these big 15 liters, and it's like, you know, they don't even care. I don't know how long it's been sitting in the warehouse before it gets to my house. You know, go through all the distribution channels, and then I buy it, and then I'm hoping that this water's good. It could be just the sun could be hitting it like crazy, and all the plastic and you know, microplastics or whatever going into my system. Sure, that's not a choice I would want it to sign up for. So again, even with the best will in the world, get in your water that we know we should be drinking, and again, we're not maybe getting the best benefit out of it. Okay, so I'm going to play a video here, and again, I should have played I played the wrong version. I'm going to play, there's a longer version, but I'm going to cut it down so just you get an understanding of what I've been sharing, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to dive more into what we're talking about tonight. So sit back, relax. Hopefully this will play right where I want it. Let me start from here.
Warning, alkaline water does not improve your health and intestine. These are acidic environments, and they should stay that way. Drinking large amounts of alkaline water for long periods can interfere with this condition, just as very acidic water is considered inappropriate for consumption. The Brazilian Ministry of Health has established that the pH of water for human consumption must be in the range pH 6 to pH 9.5. So any water that has the minimum requirements for consumption and is in this range does not change anything in the human body, nor does it affect human health. Hydration will happen in the same way and play the proper role in our body. So forget it. It has been proven again and again that alkaline water is just a gimmick. It is a somewhat dangerous pitch without any kind of support. What we need to keep in mind is the oxygenation and pH of the blood. It is these characteristics of blood, and not exactly of water, that have a bearing on the functions and balance of the human body. Hundreds of diseases, including cancer, are related to blood acidosis. Blood is slightly basic, with a normal pH between 7.35 and 7.45. And even if you have at times a diet rich in acids, the body itself has mechanisms to balance and normalize the pH. This only fails to happen if a person has a serious health condition. Therefore, what is needed is a routine that nourishes our body with what will preserve its normal characteristics and contribute to maintaining its balance. And this is where blood pH comes in, and it plays a fundamental role in this. As we said at the outset, many studies into water were scientifically sound and showed that water can be a powerful ally in the search for this balance within the body. It was in this context the magnetic treatment of water emerged. In the same way that water must be treated in order to make it suitable for human consumption, it should also be subjected to a magnetic field before being used as drinking water. But where does this need come from? Let's take things gradually. First, the water that most people drink has lost its original structural characteristics from when it was alive in nature. In springs, streams, and rivers, water is constantly moving. This favors its oxygenation, in addition to its structure being composed of small molecules, which increases its hydration power in the body. When water is stored or kept in containers, its surface tension is altered. Thus it becomes much heavier, with the formation of large molecule clusters, which are completely disorganized and lose oxygen. This molecular change compromises the penetration of water into cells that form organ tissues. But the original characteristics of water, so necessary for a good cellular hydration, can be restored. This is where magnetic treatment comes in. When water is subjected to a magnetic field, an event called hydrolysis occurs, which means breaking up of water. That is, the movement caused by the molecules causes a rupture of the clusters and promotes rearrangement into much smaller structures. Thus, these H2O molecules penetrate the cells much more easily, promoting better cellular hydration and cleaning. The second point, observed in the various studies carried out with magnetized water, is that it contributes to a reduction of excess of free radicals. How does this happen? When water undergoes magnetic treatment, there is an ionic dissociation, that is, the H2O water molecule, formed by two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom, breaks up, releasing hydroxyl ions and hydrogen ions. Excess free radicals that are present in the body are negative ions, and they combine with hydrogen ions, forming new H2O molecules, thus removing them from the body. This is a very simple chemical equation that has been observed by several researchers. The third point is about the contribution to the maintenance of blood alkalinity, helping the mechanisms of our body. In hydrolysis, as we have seen, there are negative hydroxyl ions left over. This hydroxyl reacts with magnesium and calcium ions present in vital environments of our body, forming alkaline hydroxyls, in this case magnesium and calcium hydroxyls. These reactions help in the maintenance of blood pH and oxygen content. It is for all these reasons that water treated magnetically helps in the maintenance of good health. Dr. Geraldo Balieiro from the University of São Paulo, along with his team of researchers from USP in Ribeirão Preto, started researching with rats in the laboratory in 2013 and found precisely that.
So there you go. I hope that gave a good insight into what I've been sharing up to now. Let me move that on. Up to now. And so this diagram here, layout, is actually going to break this down even with more, hopefully, even more clarity as to what happens when you start drinking water. So again, why are people drinking water and still not feeling hydrated? This is maybe one of the reasons why. Every cell has that entry point where we want nutrients, we want hydrogen, we want to be hydrized, oxygenized. But if it's not getting that, it could be because of this reason. Water without magnetic treatment, you've got that clusters we spoke about earlier, okay? And if you have this situation going on, it's going to make it difficult for the water to penetrate into the cells, right? So you're going to have this situation here. As much as you've got this water that you're drinking, guess what? It's not going into the thing that you want it to do. It's not going into the cells. Okay, so you're only getting partial hydration of the cell. That's what happens when water does not hydrate. When water hydrates, you're going to have this situation going on where, boom, it goes where it's designed to go, into your cells. So with magnetic treatment, you know, I kept always hearing how this water was lighter, better absorbing, and things of that nature. It's because the magnetization breaks up the clusters, decreasing water hardness, promoting hydration and total nutrition of the cells. So even people who don't like the taste of water are drinking water, you know, and it's amazing how many times that's happened. I did a test with a friend of mine. I met up with him on Tuesday. I shared the video with some people. He came to meet me in a coffee shop. We were doing some business. An hour later, he had his product put in his water bottle and he drank it. And he was like, this is refreshing. And to be honest, I had to stop him because he sounded too good. Like he was sounding like he was giving me sound bites, like, you know, like he's been involved in the company and he wants to sell it. And I was like, dude, I had to stop him. I should have just let him keep talking. But it's so true. He was just like on the money. It is light. It is better absorbing. People do find it refreshing, just even in their first interaction. Simone, I'm sure that was the case for yourself when you came across this and somebody was saying, in fact, let me ask you, when somebody did first come to you about this water and you tried it for yourself, what was your interaction? Did it do anything for you? Did you notice any difference? Or you just like, okay, it's water.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. My name is Timol, like Leroy just say. I am in this project for about 4 years. And the first time when my friend told me, I just thought it's going to be a good water, but no idea how is a good water. We think water is water, isn't it? And this is what my daughter said the same when she went there with me to collect the products. And we talk and she looked at me and say, oh, mommy, you believe in everything. Water is water. Doesn't make any sense. And it's funny because I look at her and I say, oh my God, but my friend told me it's good. So we're going to try. And she's looking at me like, okay. But she's no interest at all to drink the water because she think, water is water. I always drink water. And I drink a lot of water. My daughter always say to me, mommy, I drink a lot of water. I don't need this water. And what is, I believe is, I think 99% believe and think like that. Water is water. And that's the make a difference when you try this water, because normally a lot of people don't like water. Kids don't like water. I used to give to my kids with flavor. I always make something for they drink the water because they don't like it. They didn't like the water. So I think it's they struggling with a lot mothers to make the kids drink water, isn't it?
Exactly. Absolutely. And that it was for me that the fact that it made it taste nicer for me was an absolute game changer. And so imagine benefits of just having this magnetized water. Alkalizes the blood, reduces excess free radicals, and improves oxygenation. Okay, that is the key thing that I wanted to share on this call today, my friends, that we are doing something that is going to have a massive benefit for our bodies. So if that's the case and you can get your hands on something that can do that for you, why wouldn't you want to try this? And that's what for me, miles away from the action, I tried it, and now it's like you can't shut me up, right? So isn't that right, Simone? Once you try this, it is actually something that is pretty awesome.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Because
Yeah.
the water is so different. Because when you start to drink this water, you notice it's so light and you can drink more. And this is what we need. Like my friends say, Simone, my kids love so much this water. They even take it to brush their teeth. Everything they
Wow.
do is this water. And
Wow.
I was surprised to see kids like drinking this water and tell others now. It's funny
Yeah.
because they say, the water I drink is good. She says, Simone, my kids say to everybody this.
Wow. So they're good little promoters
Yeah.
of healthy drinking, and you wouldn't normally get that, right? You would not normally get that, kids being that way inclined. So what I love about this product is, it definitely took care of the problem that a lot of people are facing. Either they're drinking a good amount of water, but they're not feeling the benefits, or they're like me, barely drinking enough water. So I'm not starting at a good point. So this company, Timol, they have this super water magnetized and mineralizer added together. There's the blue and the green. They're like my dynamic duo, right? You put them in your water, and it changes the game. So the effects of that, as you saw earlier, was alkalization of the blood, which is really important. It wasn't just about having alkalized water. We're talking about alkalization of the blood into your cells, okay? Your cells needing that hydration, increasing bone mineral mass, increasing blood oxygenation. I mean, that in itself is a major issue as people get older. You know, they are, especially up in age, their bones lose a lot of the minerals, right? Their bones are crying out for a way for them to be strengthened. Osteoporosis, as we know, is a major issue. As you get older in age, your bones are susceptible to breaks, crack, fractures, all sorts of things. And so increasing the minerals in a very easy and effective way. Nobody needs to tell me, do I need to, have I drunk my water today? In fact, I actually felt a bit sluggish today, and I looked at the amount of water I drank, and I was like, bingo. All I need to do is just drink my water, and boom, you feel the effect. And, when we talk about testimonials, I'll talk about what this water has done for me, because it's been an absolute game changer. And then as before we go there, just let everybody know that I'm no medical professional. We're here for education purposes or even entertainment purposes. So Silon, gotta get my I've got a bit of a cold coming on for sure. Anyway, let me get rid of that. So Silocimol is the name of the product. There's actually two different items in here, Top H Plus and Silocimol. And it's not intended to cure disease, my friends, okay? It's rather to magnetize the water. So when we see magnetized water, let me just mute the lines here, will be an adjunct in health treatment and will improve your quality of life by reducing acidity and free radicals in the body. Okay, so like I said, if you can get that, you can get, your water into that state where it's actually a good thing and it's accessible. Because like I said at the start of this, I don't go anywhere without my water bottle, and the product sits in the water bottle, and we'll show you how flexible this is, right? So as I said earlier, right, I was trying to find this image of what happens when when you have these sugary drinks. And I didn't realize to the degree, let me just make this a bit bigger, to the degree of the amount of sugar compared to water. It's absolutely staggering. So imagine this build up in your bodies. And yeah, if you don't like the taste of water, you're going to go for something else, right? Because it's liquid and your body wants liquid, but it's going to start pulling you from your body. It's going to start grabbing from your internals. You do not want to be in that situation, because we know so many people, unfortunately, have got so many health challenges in today's 21st century living that I believe, for me personally, I just want to be such an advocate of this information, because we are definitely making a difference. So when I saw that, and when you see it like that, it's like literally You're just pouring sugar in a cup and drinking it. That's all you're doing. So no thanks. So I'll rather go to my plain old water, right? And this certificate here, 'cause, you know, one thing I've always learned, any business, anything that I get involved with, I look for documentation. Third-party documentation beats conversation all day long. Because again, I didn't know nothing about the company. Now Simone knows a lot more about this company than I do. You know, she's been involved in the company now. Is it 4 years now, Simone? 4 years. Wow. So why is she still here today? Why is she still excited to share this with so many people 4 years later? Well, this company, not my words, have been given a certificate of recognition for what they've done. And again, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I do want to read parts of this because I think it's so important that what we have in our hands is not just because Timol says, or because Simone says, or because I say. No, it's got what third-party recognition says. So let's just have a quick read here. It says here, acted within the scope of legalization and decimation thereof in favor of those who have a scientific basis adopted by the international health community, mainly by World Health Organization, officially declares the recognition of the suitability of the Brazilian company Timol Ltda as the only one complying with the standards and requirements of this institution for adopting a system or method of magnetic water treatment or correction as a system or method of health protection and recovery with scientifically proven efficiency. Now, again, my background's not medical, right? That's not my background. My background's IT. And so this is information I need. I want to see information like that. This is 10 years after the gentleman who we're going to introduce you to shortly introduced the company. He already had that vision. He not just had the vision, he backed it with his own dime. Okay, a lot of us might have a great idea, but that's where it lies. It lives and dies in our head, and it never materializes. This gentleman went a step further and actually had that much conviction that he literally put this company together. So it was recognized 10 years after it started. Okay, that is, my friends, why we are here almost another 10 years later, actually more than 10 years later. So another 11 years, 12 coming into 12 years from when they received this certificate. This company is obviously doing something correct. I'm sure you will agree. Even if you are a skeptic, I'm sure you will agree. Now, Psilocybin has technically recognized internationally with research and studies published and by renowned institutions. Like I said, for you who want to do your own due diligence, I strongly recommend you do it. For me, I didn't need that. That wasn't what I needed. I didn't care, to be honest, I couldn't care about all of that. All I cared about was, would it help me with my pain? And guess what? I'm here today to tell you that it did. So it's very portable, very easy to use. You know, if you've got filtered water, even better, right? This isn't this against filtered water, or no, they work together hand in hand. The better the water, even better for you. Simple as. So this is just going to supercharge whatever you put in it. And so, you know, we have water bottles, you see there, you have, you know, your jugs, like your filtration units, all different ways in which you can get this water into your body and drink it. And like I said, I'm that guy who was struggling to drink more than that bottle, like that blue bottle. That will probably be as much as I would have, and I wouldn't probably top it up. That would be me for the day. And now you can't stop me. I'm unstoppable. I'm literally unstoppable. So do your own research, go online, right? I recommend, there's a lot of testimonials in Portuguese. We have some in English now. We, you know, now through, you know, again, I tip my hat to Simone. She's helped really spread this, from making that connection between Brazil and England and other English speaking countries. Okay. So, you know, I'm very thankful for that to happen, because I wouldn't be so blown away. And some of the people I've shared this with wouldn't be having the testimonies they had if it wasn't for that connection with the company through Simone. So Very, very grateful for that. Just going to play this short video, and then we're going to hear from some people who had a result with using the product. So again, sit back, I'll play this, and we'll be back in 2.
When we are thirsty, we fill a glass with tap water or drink some water from a plastic bottle. After all, water is water, right? Magnetized water is popular in Japan. But before we get to know its properties, it is important to understand how and what happens to magnetized water. If you take some water to analyze, you will notice that its molecules are disordered. This is because of the minerals. When submitted to magnetic fields, the molecules turn back into their normal state, which makes the water more beneficial to our health since it heightens the energetic balance of the body and strengthens the immune system in general. That's why magnetized water helps prevent many diseases of the human body. Did you know that more than 70% of our bodies are formed by water? We need to replenish water to eliminate toxins from the body, hydrate tissues and cells, help the kidneys, facilitate blood flow, to fight bloating and boost immunity. Some of the benefits of magnetized water are: helps in nutrition and hydration of cells, aids in cell cleanse, reduces blood acidity and the excess of free radicals in the body, increases the oxygen in cells and blood, makes the hair softer, moisturizes the skin, leaving it soft and healthy, aids in the prevention of many diseases, lowers blood sugar levels, preventing diabetes, helps prevent many types of cancer, reduces the risk of osteoporosis and fractures by increasing the bone density and bone resistance, avoids premature aging, increases energy levels. According to studies published by the National Institutes of Health, USA, drinking magnetized water means more quality of life. If you already knew about magnetized water, tell us what you think.
Okay, let me unmute myself. All right, my friend. So you've heard it from myself, Simone, some of the videos. If just one of those benefits appeal to you that you could get, you know, whether it's reducing the maybe the aging process because you're now getting good hydration into your cells, with the challenges that we're talking about with people's diseases, or just getting enough hydration, feeling energized. If any of those ticks your boxes, I'm sure you would agree you want to try this product for yourself. And you know, now and then we have events where people can come along and try it, or whoever's sharing this with you, you may be able to get to try it, but there's nothing like having it for yourself, my friends. That was really the game changer. So we're going to be talking and hearing from some people today. If anyone wants to share, they've got a testimony, they want to come online. If you're brave enough to, come on camera, but you don't need to if you're not done your hair or whatever. We'd love to hear from you, either which way. And so, I don't know, Simone, if there's anything you want to start or say, because I do want to kind of talk about what got me here. But if there's anything you want to say before we go into that, over to you.
Yes, I always like to say this. This project started with a man by himself, and after, of course, the family supported him. And then in the beginning was very difficult because it was very hard to people believe in something like water can make a difference in people's life. But he didn't give up until he could improve. He saw the benefits in himself, and then after he saw the benefits in the family, and then of course until he reached so many people, and they needed to do the test, and they did the test, and that's why they was public in Brazil now. People start to know in Brazil, and he stayed just in Brazil for 18 years, and then he decided to spread, and it was exactly after a few months I enjoyed the company. And for me, it was a blessing, but it was not easy in the beginning because, like I say, it's another language. We need to start to spread. And was myself, Augusta, Natalia, we started this together. And she pushed me so much for me to do the lectures in English. And I remember Leroy, when he came and say, Simone, I need this to record. I said, no. I don't want to record it because I know I'm Brazilian, I speak Portuguese. I'm just trying to pass this message. And but this for me is a big challenge to speak in English, but it's something so make me so happy because I didn't give up as well. I didn't stop it when the people say, oh, I don't believe water make a difference. And I didn't stop it because one person said, because I know it's 70,000 people in Brazil is already drinking this water and they get the benefit in there. And I say, okay, so everybody have your own time. So sometimes you think because you believe now, everybody have to believe as well. It doesn't work like that. Everybody have your time. But like I say to the owner, I'm never going to stop talk about this project. Never. I went to the company. I went to Brazil to meet the owner. I went to Brazil to see how this is working in Brazil. I met the owner. And when I talked to him and he tell me how he loved this project, I feel that love. And I say to him, I'm never going to stop as well. Like the same way in the beginning for you was difficult. I know for me it's hard because another language, another country, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to help a lot of people because I help my own daughter. I help my own sister with cancer. So how can I stop now? Okay, my daughter is okay. My sister is safe. I don't need to say anybody. No, it doesn't work like that. More you see the testimony, more you want to help others. And to see these projects already in Africa and so many countries is amazing. And that's why when you hear today, maybe it's your first time, ask the person who invite you to try the water. Give a chance to know how amazing this project. And sometimes, like say, some people is the first day drinking the water, they see the result. Some people take a week, some people take 1 month. I took like 6 months to see a result in my foot. I have big problem on my foot. Was really painful all the time. So I was at the time in the hospital, but it took me time, but I saw the result. But I saw in so many people different. And my daughter was in 10 days. So it's no way I cannot believe. It's just my body works different from her. So everybody have your time. And that's why this project is something, when you start it, it's impossible to stop after you see the benefits, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. I can't imagine, not talking about this, it's just, it's pretty amazing, in such a short period of time. Like for myself, with this pain in my hip that I've had, for years, I said every week, I never really worried too much about my health, with pain and stuff like that. Ate fairly well. And when I hit my 50s, I started getting these pains like I've never experienced before. And the one pain that just kind of stayed with me, it's like it didn't want to leave my side, and I wish it would, was this pain in my hip. And, after going to the chiropractor, in the UK and over here, it's just, it was just like, what is this? And going to the physio, getting scans done, my blood's done. And I cannot believe just in that short period of time, my last trip to London, and I started to take this product, and I was, having a chat with Andrea, and I was just, I could remember exactly. I was like, wow, I can't believe it. That pain that was always giving me trouble, I can't even feel it anymore, and this pain would literally just hold me at points where I can't move. I literally just have to stop myself, hold my hip. That's the only way I could kind of, deal with it. And then it will go. And then it will come, and then I'll be fine. And so it's now, I don't know, maybe coming up to 6 weeks or something like that, that I've been involved. And 6-7 weeks, and it's been amazing. I don't even, I literally, I kind of laugh to myself, because when I run up to my office, which is in one of my bedrooms, I run up the stairs. Like before, I wasn't running and skipping like some young smuddy. I'm now running up the stairs, and I kind of laugh to myself, because I'm like, wow, what's going on? I feel really good. And pray to God as that continues. But like you said, it's not just like you help your sister with cancer, your daughter with her stomach cramps, and you could be just like, okay, yeah, my family's good. But no, how many more lives can we affect and touch? And this gentleman here, he had that vision many years ago, to provide health and quality of life for people through high quality water that truly hydrates. He's the one who sold his properties, right? Is that the case? He sold what he had. He believed so much in this. He came up with the funding in order for this product to be available in our hands today. So we've got a lot of gratitude for sure for this gentleman, and for him to still be with the company. It's fantastic, and his daughter being part of that, and his son-in-law, and it's a real legacy company. I hear this so many times, legacy. No, this is true legacy, where this company out from Brazil, many things I love about Brazil, especially the football, but this, my friends, is now bang right up there. When you talk about Brazil, I'll be talking about Timol, and it's a blessing. So we have somebody's hand up here. Harold, do you want to share with us on this call? Feel free to put your camera on. And
I'm actually. Can you see
out
me?
and about.
I'm out and about. I'm here with the football, the under-16s. We're cup final. I think they're losing yesterday. My under-12s went to Chelsea and they won, so I'm happy about that. So anyway, right, another testimony. First of all, hi everybody. Just to update you with my friend who's suffering with the stage 4 cancer. The letter out. She's at home. Wow. Spoke to her yesterday. And she said she's moving about a bit. Her swelling's gone down her hands. She's going to the toilet regularly. She's feeling a bit better. So that's really good. So I'm monitoring her. I said to her, keep drinking the water. Keep drinking the water. But something fantastic, something really strange happened to me. Because I was driving yesterday up and down with the football club. I didn't realise, you're up busy. I wasn't taking my water, right? And you actually go back to how you normally was. Today, I had a serious migraine, right? And I thought, no, oh gosh, I've got to drive in a minute. I've got to drive. Guess what I did? I reached my bottle. I started drinking. And within half an hour, the migraine went. Literally went. No, I'm serious, because I thought, oh no, I've got to drive to Gatwick, right? How am I going to drive? I drank it. So that just showed me how dehydrated I was. Yeah? We don't realise this, how, so it just shows me that you got to keep drinking it. You can't say, oh, I've had enough, No, you got to keep drinking it. So that made sense. So that's my personal testimonial. So yeah, I'm always going to be not being there without my bottle of water, So yeah, so that's really good. Yeah.
Awesome. Excellent. Yeah, it's so true, man. It's so true. When you don't, your body feels it, right? And so we've got to just keep that hydration going. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Anybody else wants to share? Just raise your hand and got Glenn, come on down, my friend. The floor is yours.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Brother Leroy, for the amazing presentation. Right, this water is very, very powerful. I've been drinking this water almost 3 months already, thanks to Augusta and Natalia. But when I went to the meeting and Simone was mentioned that it helps with hay fever, I was interested because I suffer from very, very bad hay fever. And it's hay fever season right now. And my eyes itching, and also it triggers asthma. Sometimes even I have to reuse inhaler, very, very bad. But this year, oh my God, this is so powerful. It reduced all the symptoms almost 90%. Amazing. Yeah, I just sprayed in my eyes. I'm going out now without, sneezing and all this. Apart from that, is my eyesight improved a lot. And you sleep better. You sleep much, much better. And now every day I can run like, I'm just go jogging every evening, 1 hour, 20 minutes every day. So you become so strong, your feet.
Wow.
This water, the way more that you can imagine, it's it changed your life. So I would tell everybody, just your family, change your water, your kids, change it. You will see if you headache, you just spray on your head. It will stop. The headache was gone.
Yeah.
for anything, alcoholic, mental health illness, just give these people the water. You'll see it will work. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's exactly like that, because I suffer from hay fever really, really bad for about 21 years. And for me, it was like a nightmare, because I use medication, I use a spray for my nose, it's like spray for my eye drop, everything is like a nightmare. It was really bad. My eyes is like burning. Wow. And I have like go to the doctor, and the doctor say, you finish your medication? I say, yes. They say, but it's impossible, because it's supposed to be for a month. And like in 10 days, it's gone, because I have like one after other. I was like crazy with the medication. And I thought I waited for some injection or vaccination or something to help me with this, because the medication is not helping me. So when I started drinking the water, I never thought it's going to help me with the hay fever. And then for the first month, I couldn't breathe properly, because I started in the end of April, where this time is getting worse, isn't it, for the summer. And then I couldn't breathe for 1 month. And I said, oh my God, the hay fever is killing me this year. And it's like there's no breeze. I couldn't sleep, lie down. I need to be like nearly sitting. I need to put a lot of pillow, because I couldn't breathe. And then I was talking to my friend, and he says, Simone, can you believe my hay fever is better? I don't suffer too much. And I say, and then I started realizing, I haven't drinking my tablets for a few days, but I couldn't breathe. I still were struggling, but my eyes is not eating. And then you start to feel like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And then I start to notice. After that, I just have like really hard in the beginning, but then start to go down, because I didn't stop the water. And sometimes when a busy time, like Hirao say, I forget to drink it, and because it's so busy. But then I start itching. I start to feel my ears. And then I start making that noise, like, oh my God, it's like eating everything. And then I say, oh my God, it's my water. Straight away, I remember, it's my water. I need my water. And then I start drinking. Like, oh my God, it's everything. Yeah. I don't go for medication anymore. I try my water first. You know, that's the point. When you see the benefits, and how can you don't say, especially in UK, so many people suffer with hay fever. So for me to talk about you already drink the water, just put this product inside. That's it. Yeah, right. And you're gonna see the big difference, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just for the new people, just to echo that. Sorry to butt in what Glenn said and Simone said. Every year for past 4 or 5 years, March, I suffer for 1 month, itchy sore eyes, sore throat, runny nose. I said my eyes are always red, literally red in March, because I'm always rubbing it, and it's sore inside and outside. Yeah. I've been using my spray bottle. I don't rub my eyes at all anymore since I've been spraying my eyes with the water. That's a fact. Just for new people. No, my eyes are normally sore and red. I do that all the time. I haven't put my hands in my eyes since I've been spraying them. Twice a day, spray my eyes in water, clear as daisy.
Yeah, I go everywhere with this. In my car, I have one. In my office, everywhere. Just
that's a fact.
Pass in your face. Just pass in your face. Spray, because it is really going to feel release. Yeah. It's something amazing. I love it. That's why I say I cannot stop talking about it. For 4 years, like I believe, isn't it, Augusta, Natalia? For 2 years, we've been like every week, 4 times a week, we've been here. Wow. 2 meetings in English, 2 in Portuguese. Plus, we do all the time. Every time someone call me for meetings, so I've been all day talking about water. I take a Uber. Sometimes, like, I'm so busy, send a message, and then before I leave the Uber, I say, oh, just by the way, I work with water. If you're interested to get to know about it, just give me a call. I didn't have time to talk today, but give me a call. I can explain to you later. I cannot pass it for someone without say about this water. I need to say, give my number. If he's interested to know a little bit more, he's going to call me. Or I give my Instagram, say, look, my Instagram. You're going to see just about water in my Instagram. It's very hard to find one picture of me just about the water, because it's something I love it. Yes, Tuesday, Yeah, 2 days ago, I did a meeting for the company, yeah, for the official meeting in Brazil. And it's like people see me, I have so much passion for this project because I've been seeing in these 4 years so many results. It's impossible, be lovely about to hear people's testimony. It's impossible. It's the best feeling. To see I help someone, and I've been helping more than 3,000 people, and it's a lot. When you think about to talk about this project every week, like we've been doing, and Natalia and Augusta push me, Simone, where's the link? Where's the link? Where's the link? And let's go. We need people to know about this project. And we've been so concentrated to do these meetings every week. And I cannot come, like do anything. I know I have a meeting. My body feel like I need to talk about this project. And it's a bless. It's a bless, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, it is truly. It's purpose driven. And that's really the key thing here. We're here on purpose. We're here to make a difference. And wow, this definitely fits that narrative massively. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are just over the hour mark. If you've got any further questions or anything that you want to find out more about, please get back to whoever's invited you on the call tonight. They'll be able to steer you in the right direction. And then on this Monday coming, we will be doing another presentation, same time, same channel, and we'll talk more, maybe parts about the other aspect of the business, for those of you who are interested in building a part-time income as well. But for that said, I hope everybody had a great time. Your hour, it was well spent. Simone, I'll let you have the final word before we wrap it up tonight.
So just to say to everybody who is special, the first one being here, give you a chance to try, ask the person who invite you, ask more question about it. And if you need it, me and Leroy and Natalia and everybody here, I know Glenn, and want you to know these projects. Because if you try and you see the benefits in yourself, you're going to be able to help people. I don't know. Leroy doesn't know this person, your friends, your family. And you have the chance to help them. So this is really amazing. That's why for me, it's like I can always stop talk about this, because maybe the person, maybe you don't want the water, but you know someone who needed this water. Someone being pray for find something, help at least a little bit, get a little bit better. Like I say, my hay fever is still here. If I don't drink my water, it's come back. And I can feel like, oh my God, it started. And I feel like I need to drink it because I don't want that hay fever. And it's just hay fever. I can imagine how many people you can help with something more serious than hay fever. So you're going to be the person, you're going to be the angel who this person going to pray for you and going to be thank you for you forever. So please, if you don't want to try, I'm sure you know people needed that. So then you can bring this to these people. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Yes. Thank you, Natalia. Natalia is in America now. Thank you, Carmen.
Lovely. Awesome.
Thank
you.
Thank you. We work from anywhere. Doesn't matter where. We work from anywhere.
Absolutely.
Hey, Leroy. Hey, Leroy.
Hey.
Okay.
All right.
Hey. Leroy, I'm glad to hear from you.
Hey, yes.
Good.
All right. Doris, wow.
This is Doris.
Oh my goodness. Hey. Awesome.
Hello, everyone.
Look at that.
Good night, everyone.
Good to have you on.